Good afternoon, friends. Welcome to First United Methodist Church in Pasadena, California. We are so glad to have you joining us. I know that we also have an additional audience that's joining us online, and we are so glad to have you here. My name is Amy Aiken, and I am privileged to be the senior pastor here at First United Methodist. And so on behalf of our congregation and this community, we welcome you here to this Friends of Music concert. I am thrilled for this concert in that our brilliant organist, Aaron Schaus, has composed this piece, and you can read all about that in the bulletin. And then our beloved member, Paul Audley, wrote the lyrics for the piece. And so this is just born out of this community, and so it is a delight to get to welcome you and share this concert with you. Paul Audley.
Well, welcome to the start of our 10th anniversary season of Third at First. We're very excited about that. It was started by our artistic coordinator, Junko Ueno Garrett, and the then music director, John Sebastian Valet. And we've seen an amazing array of artists and musical styles over the past 9 years. And while we're on our third director of music here at PFUMC, Junko has remained the tireless leader of a group of dedicated volunteers who make these concerts possible. So we're very grateful for all those volunteers and Junko's leadership as we move forward. We're also really grateful to have some folks added to our church choir today from Pasadena Pro Musica. Scott is their director as well, so thank you for joining us today. And if anybody doesn't get enough music tomorrow at 4 o'clock at Neighborhood Church, Pasadena Pro Musica has their concert. And so you're welcome to keep going with the music. As usual, we just want to remind you, please, to turn your phones off or to silent. There's beautiful music, and your phone is not necessary to add to it. We also want to let you know that should you need a restroom, the closest ones are to the back of the sanctuary. Turn left and keep going down the hallway. You'll find restrooms there. So this afternoon, we invite you to sit back, relax, and let music in.
Thank you very much. Most of you may know me, but my name is Junko Garrett. I'm the artistic coordinator of the series. I'm so happy to reach this big milestone to celebrate the 10th year today with you. And then I'm so happy that I have met so many wonderful people like you through this series, and then always I enjoy chatting with you at the reception. By the way, today Diane Garner have prepared a wonderful meal for the reception, so I hope you don't forget to stop by at the reception. And I have a big list to say thank you, of course, in 10 years. My first team, and then especially the two former music directors, Dr. Sebastian Valle and Greg Norton, whom I have worked so closely to grow this series. And it's a new beginning, and I would continue to provide the great music, supporting the educations and collaborating the wonderful community around here. So now I'm going to play Beethoven Variations with my husband, David.
Just a word of introduction for Mr. Beethoven's piece. We're going to carry on with a chamber music duet now, something a little lighter in texture, sort of to clear the palette between the choral pieces. Although this duet that we're going to play has a choral connection, it's a theme and variations, And the theme that Beethoven used, rather than writing his own theme, he appropriated one of Handel's famous hit tunes from one of his oratorios. In fact, it was such a hit tune, Handel used it more than once in his oratorios. And it is there's a reason it's a hit tune, it's a great tune, and a very famous one, and I would wager that you recognize it. Very famous melody, and the sort of noble and regal sounding theme that befits a day like the first concert of a 10th season of a concert series. And so this is such a famous tune. I love to tell this story about this tune. I mean, it's a famous tune, been used in a lot of different settings. My favorite setting in which I've heard this melody is that in Japan, at the sumo matches, when the match is concluded, the winner is determined, the winner comes out to get his trophy and his reward. The first thing they play is Japanese national anthem. The next thing they play is See the Conquering Hero Come, the Handel oratorio tune, arranged for a concert band. Beethoven wrote this when he was a young man in his late 20s. He was expanding his career. He was on tour to Berlin, where he was going to visit King Friedrich Wilhelm II, King of Prussia. And Friedrich Wilhelm II was a music lover and a good amateur cellist. So for that occasion, Beethoven wrote this piece, plus his first two cello sonatas, to please the king. And I guess things went well, and the king was pleased, because when Beethoven left after visiting the king gave him a gold snuff box filled with gold coins. This is the right time to tell them about the donation collection, right? Yeah, so if you have your gold snuff box with gold coins, there's precedent for what to do with it. So this is a theme, the famous theme from Handel, and Beethoven then composed 12 variations to go with it, each variation using the theme to create a little different character. They're all quick little variations, a minute or less each, except for variation number 11 is a beautiful, slow, almost like a duet from an opera. So when you hear that slow variation, you know that the romp to the finish is just around the corner. So King Friedrich Wilhelm enjoyed this piece, and I very much hope that you do too. Beethoven's Theme and Variations.
It's just so great to hear great music, isn't it? We're going to take a brief break, but beforehand, just to remind you that these are free concerts given because this church's mission is partly in providing opportunities for things like this to the community. We just have a belief in the power of music, that it can raise your spirits, it can be an expression of your grief, it can be all kinds of things depending on what you're hearing and what your need is at the moment. And so we hope today you're open to that experience, that you're enjoying the music, and should you feel you would like to share in supporting this activity by providing a voluntary contribution, there will be ushers coming among you. We'll take a very short intermission and then be back very soon. Thank you. Well, welcome back, and welcome back to those of you who are watching online. I hope you, unlike us, took an opportunity to get snacks and drinks and things to be ready for the second half of the concert today. As we prepare for the second part, I'd like to invite you to a special reception today after the concert. We'll not only celebrate the musicians who are performing for you today, but the women of the women's room are excited to present their art at the reception. The Women's Room is a program of Friends Indeed, which this church supports in many ways, and it provides day programs and services to our unhoused Pasadena women neighbors. We want to thank Lindsay Reed, director of the Women's Room, and her volunteer Liz, who put together the exhibition of the women's work. And we welcome the women artists who are here today joining us and are going to share their talents with us at the reception following. That reception will be through those doors. Just go straight ahead down and into the fellowship hall, and there'll be refreshments and an art show, and you'll have a chance to say hello to the folks who've been involved in today's presentation. And one of the key people who's involved in today's presentation is Aaron Shows, and I invite him to come up now and tell you about his amazing piece.
Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. This is kind of a moment for composers where we get to share with you what we've been thinking about and planning over the last, for me, it's been the last 5 months. We kind of get our idea, then we go away and lock ourselves in a room all by ourselves for a long time and think of how to make this music become what it is today. So thank you all for being here and experiencing this for the first time. This is really cool for me, but I hope it's also cool for you as well. And Paul, thank you for writing this great text. Without that, I wouldn't have the inspiration to put the notes on the page. So his words inspire what I write. So just follow carefully in the text. You see that in the text there's some blue passages. This piece is a narrative. It tells the story through themes of lament, hope, and thanksgiving. The words describe an experience of darkness into light, of struggle into strength, and of emptiness into endless joy. It's about having an aha moment, the narrator first feeling a sense of helplessness, and after questioning and searching, finding the answer in the music of nature. Music is the glue holding everything together in harmony, and what better way to recognize this realization than through the gift of this shared moment in song. As a composer, I feel it is my vocation to take an experience, be it a text, a visual, an emotion, a thought, or an idea, and react to it through music, in hopes that it may help listeners to hear it develop a better understanding of or connection to that experience for themselves. In the case of this music you'll hear today, the inspiration was formed through a text written by Paul, who is a dear friend of mine, and his reaction to music and nature fueled my reaction to write these melodies and themes. And the 10-year celebration of the Start at First concert series, thanks to Junko, has inspired the overarching concept of how far we've come in the history of music, and how music has literally broken down all kinds of barriers across the centuries. It has healed, it has built relationships, it's made us laugh and cry, it has saved lives. Despite what music Billboard charts tell you, there's a seemingly infinite amount of musical styles, and they overlap and they blend in every category, and this has made it impossible to choose one style for this work. So that's why I decided to sample some of my favorite genres over the centuries for this. In Italy, during the 17th century, there was a composer named Claudio Monteverdi. Has anyone heard of Monteverdi? He wrote a piece of sacred music that became known as the 1610 Vespers. He wasn't known as a composer at the time too much, but rather he was a court musician playing an early form of the viola. And he aspired to a higher position as a court composer to write music for the Duke. And with the style of opera being the hottest new form of music at the time, this is 1600 or so, he used this new style to blend together both sacred and secular styles, writing this new setting of a Catholic Vespers service as something of a job application for himself, trying to show the Duke that he was able to write all these different styles and to show an eclectic taste in music. So the story of Monteverdi's aspirations and dreams certainly spoke to me through this process. And if you know how the piece of the Vespers begins, you'll hear echoes of it in the introduction of this piece today, as I was channeling my own inner voice and my dreams for my own musical life. After the introduction, we will travel back to a time of chant and continue toward the present day, stopping along the way to hear glimpses of Renaissance, Baroque, classical music, then on to Romantic and Impressionist movements, and then into the early American forms of gospel, folk, and then into newer forms of Broadway, and even one of my favorites, film music. Again, while it's impossible to hit every single century and every single style, in the spirit of this occasion and celebration, I hope by the end you'll be able to better understand and recognize that we stand on the shoulders of musical giants who were here before us, and as we are given the responsibility to carry the proverbial torch onward for the next generation. So I invite you now to follow along with us to see and hear that there is music in all of nature, and in reacting to this experience, to let music in. Thank you.
our streets. So watch the river roll and rise and take us to our dreams. They say that water is all love. It is all love. They say that water is all love. It is all love. Let music be our street. Let music be our street. So watch the river
Well, I find myself very emotional and having trouble reading what I'm supposed to read. Well, first off, thank you all for coming today to hear this piece. Aaron is such an amazingly special human being and has written this with incredible passion. We want to thank again our friends from Pasadena Pro Musica and other guests for joining us today to help fill out the choir to give it the kind of sound it deserved. So thank you. Concert tomorrow at 4 for them. Reminder that we do have a reception and a great art show for you in the fellowship hall. And next month, join us in Paris, Pasadena on November 18th right here at 4 p.m. for the next Third at First concert. And if you are so inclined, you can join us here tomorrow morning at 10 for worship. Thank you again for coming. I hope you enjoy yourselves this afternoon.